A spectacular Sunday afternoon in Southern California. 84 degrees, sunny skies expected the rest of the day. Kansas City has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. So Harrison Butker, who is coming off a fine rookie season out of Georgia Tech, is kicking to the rookie J.J. Jones out of West Georgia. The 2018 NFL season underway. AFC West battle. And a deep kick. It's coming out to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will have it. We check in with the third member of our crew, Evan Washburn.
Hi, and always good to be with you. But for the Chiefs and Chargers, they're going to have to play this one on the defensive side of the ball without two all-pro caliber players. For L.A., Joey Bosa dealing with a left foot injury that he suffered on Wednesday at practice. The severity is still unknown. They're calling him week to week. And for Eric Berry, it's a sore right heel. Important to note, this is not the same foot that he suffered the Achilles tear on last year. They're hopeful for next week, but they're putting a lot of trust in Berry to decide when he's ready to go. But nothing is set in stone at this point, guys.
All right, Evan, thanks very much. Eric Murray will play that spot. Jordan Lucas will see some time as well. Rivers throws on first down, connects with Keenan Allen. Good way to start off the season to 8 yards through the air. Murray there for the tackle. And Phillip Rivers, 13th year as the starter, of course, sat behind Drew Brees for a couple of years before getting his opportunity.
He told us yesterday just figuring out who he is facing in this Chiefs secondary may take some time to figure out, but he's well aware of how effective defensive coordinator Bob Sutton's defense has been against him in his career.
6 interceptions last season against Kansas City. In those 2 games, he had 10 the entire year. Melvin Gordon III gets the carry and picks up a yard. Just short of a first down, has to get to the 35-yard line. Gordon coming off his best season as a pro, 1,105 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns. They go no huddle here. Nickel package for Kansas City. Running play. Gordon tries the spin move, and the Chiefs were ready. Kansas City getting Reggie Ragland out there to handle the running back and stop him on 3rd and short.
Well, also you'll see number 38 come in there along with Ragland. That is Ron Parker. Parker just signed back with the Chiefs, but he has been with them for a number of years, knows the system, and comes up with a big play on the 1st, 3rd, and short.
Parker was signed by Atlanta during the offseason, then released on August 31st. Back to Kansas City, where he's so familiar with Bob Sutton's defense, already paying off dividends. Drew Kaiser punting. The dangerous Tyreek Hill backpedaling. Handles the sun. Hill finds an opening. Tyreek Hill to the outside. Hill, blazing speed. Tyreek Hill, electrifying. 91 yards for the touchdown. Dazzling talent. Always a home run threat. And Kansas City opens up with a bang.
57-yard punt by Kaiser may have been out kicking his coverage there. But when you've got speed like Hill does, you might as well just try to kick it on the ground, not let him have any shot at it. It was a lot of speed, but also a key block by Amani Watts. We're going to check to see if he stepped out of bounds here, but from the right side of the screen, you're going to see the block by Watts, 25 there. And this is what they're looking at right about here as he gets close to the sideline. He's way in bounds. I'm not sure why they're wasting our time with that review.
Extra point is good. Kemp had a block as well for Kansas City. Tyreek Hill picking up where he left off. What a talent. What a touchdown. He has been Mr. Big Play over the course of his brief NFL career. Tyreek Hill is only in his 3rd year in the league, yet he's stacking highlight after highlight after highlight. 91 yards on that punt return for a touchdown. Butker will kick it off. J.J. Jones is not going to take this one out. Another touchback. If you've won 8 in a row against an opponent, odds are you're going to have a bunch of highlights. The last 3 games in particular, Tyreek Hill, 2 years ago, 95-yard return for a touchdown. Last year, Kareem Hunt, 69-yard rushing touchdown. And then Hill on the receiving end of a 64-yard touchdown against the Chargers. Well, toss in another one, Dan.
Yeah, 91 yards on this one, and he just outruns the coverage. And then there's just no way anybody in the league can catch him when he gets in the open field like that.
First down, it's Eckler. He gets the call. And Los Angeles trying to loosen up this Kansas City D with Reggie Ragland over there to help make the play. 8-yard gain.
Well, Eckler made the team last year in the preseason, and his confidence level has just risen from that point to where he is now an every down back. You see him carrying on first down here, along with Melvin Gordon. It gives defenses 2 distinct styles that they have to worry about.
Second and short for the Chargers. Just underway. They trail 7-0. Rivers tosses to the sideline. Incomplete. It was in the area, general vicinity of Keenan Allen. But Allen was well downfield. It's third down and a flag thrown on the far side. Clete Blakeman, our ref.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 23. The 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that's one of the new faces, Kendall Fuller, who came over in the Alex Smith deal with Washington.
And about 50 yards from where the ball was intended for the receiver, Keenan Allen. You can see the grab there on Travis Benjamin. Fuller well aware of the speed that Benjamin has. Did not want him to get loose.
We asked Fuller about making the transition. He said the defense is similar to what they ran with the Redskins. Likes the aggressive nature of Bob Sutton. Melvin Gordon gets the carry. Takes it across the 40-yard line for 4. Xavier Williams makes the stop defensively for Kansas City. Now this is a Kansas City D that ranked 28th overall in 2017, 15th in scoring defense. Remember, they got off to a fantastic start. They were 5-0 to open the season, then went through a 1-6 stretch before wrapping up the season and wrapping up the division with 4 straight wins. A crushing loss in the playoffs to Tennessee. Rivers on second down, on target to Keenan Allen. It's a first down for LA. 8-yard hookup.
Well, if you give Rivers time to throw in rhythm, he's going to find Allen here. Watch Allen, who's playing a little bit lighter than he was last year, about 9 pounds, but look at the stretch here, stopping the ball with his left hand and controlling it with his right as he steps out of bounds.
Well, Bob Sutton has come up with very strong game plans against Phillip Rivers and the Chargers, but this offense is stacked. First down, out near midfield. Travis Benjamin gets the call. Benjamin's a burner. The zigzag move with a flag throw. Kendall Fuller on the outside defensively. It's a 19-yard gain. Will it stand?
I think so.
Offside. Defense, number 95, lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline. Yardage gain is enough for a first down.
You think right. Chris Jones called on the offside. Penalty turned down, so the Benjamin run counts to the 33 of Kansas City.
I got a feeling that we may see a lot of really exciting big plays scoring today. I mean, you've got talent across the board on both these offenses.
Are you accustomed to shootouts? Is that something you experienced in your life?
Long time ago.
We have video somewhere. On a give for Gordon, not much there. Gordon trying to pick his way for an opening 2-yard pickup for Melvin Gordon. We asked him about becoming more of a complete player, and last year we saw the improvement on the receiving end. He recognizes that that running back position, that's evolving in the current NFL.
Yeah, and the Chargers were really poor last year, 24th in the league with just 99 yards a game on the ground, and even though Gordon got a Pro Bowl bid and over 1,000 yards.
5 defensive backs for Kansas City, 2nd and 8 for LA. Rivers, play fake, sells it well to the end zone, incomplete, over the head of Tyrell Williams, matched up with Fuller.
Tyrell Williams goes 6'4", Fuller at about 5'11", and watch the timing here for Fuller. Ball just slightly overthrown, but perhaps this grab right there on the right arm of Williams kept him from making the catch. You can see how it separated his hands at the last instant.
Rivers last season second in passing yards behind Tom Brady, 4,515. Seventh play of the drive, Antonio Gates, the legend, is on the field. He was signed earlier this week. Rivers from the gun, steps and throws. He's got Williams trying to curl to the outside and spilled out by Orlando Scandrick, another one of the new faces for Kansas City. So Gates in on that play. Phillip Rivers said even though he missed all the training camp and preseason, it's like he was there the whole time.
Yeah, third downs would be big for him today. Also, obviously, in the red zone. So many touchdown catches for Gates from Rivers.
Well, Dan, this was an adventure last year. The kicking game for Los Angeles. 4 different kickers. They're hoping that they can stabilize it with Caleb Sturgis. 45 yards away. Sturgis knocks it through, and the Chargers are on the board. They had the worst field goal percentage in the NFL last season at 66.7%. They're 1 of 1 today.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's, Walmart. Discover more ways to shop at Walmart today. And by Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you.
Perfect day to walk on the Santa Monica Pier, spend your morning there, come out here to Carson, take in some football, the Chiefs and the Chargers, and we're expecting some fireworks throughout the day if the first quarter is any indicator.
We already had one bomb, didn't we?
To Anthony Thomas, who's quite capable as well, the return man after the Sturgis field goal. He'll kick it off for LA. And this one will not be returned. Out to the 25 for Kansas City, and here is Patrick Mahomes. He started week 17 against Denver last year, threw for 284 yards in a victory, but now this is officially the Mahomes era.
Andy Reid is well aware just how excited he might be going to start this ball game. So to settle his young quarterback down, Reid has tailored his opening script to feature some short possession type passes mixed in with a heavy dose of runs by Kareem Hunt.
Hunt back for year 2 after leading the NFL in rushing as a rookie. And Hunt gets the carry. Up the middle for 4. Chiefs were 10-6 last year, of course, lost to Tennessee in that stunner. The come-from-behind victory in the playoffs, wild card round for the Titans. Cameron Irving is getting the start at left guard. There were some question marks. Would it be Andrew Wiley, first-year undrafted free agent, or Irving, the former Brown? Of course, they have Travis Kelce, one of the more gifted tight ends in the NFL, 3-time Pro Bowler. Sammy Watkins, a new face. Watkins extending short of the first down after the catch. Came over from the Rams, so he changes teams, but he's still here in L.A. for week 1. Casey Hayward, the tackle.
Yeah, and in talking to Eric Bieniemy, their new offensive coordinator, he likes this part of the game of Sammy Watkins. He calls him a big running back, and he showed that type of skill with that stiff arm right there.
Watkins was the 4th overall pick in 2014 of the Buffalo Bills. 3rd and 2 for Kansas City. They've got a 7-3 lead thanks to a 91-yard punt return touchdown by Tyreek Hill. Mahomes out of the pocket. Mahomes, the spin move got him there. Looked like he was under the impression he was going to have to absorb a hit, but still had a little bit of space for the first down.
Well, he knew he just had to get to the 30-yard line because of the touchback, or rather the 35-yard line, and when he approached it, that's when he got down with that spin.
You mentioned the combine a couple of years ago. The numbers were so impressive, and his whole persona changed. All of a sudden, he was being talked about as a legitimate first-round pick. Makes the connection there with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, the first thing that Mahomes did on that play was catch a errant snap from Mitch Morse. Good catch by Mahomes, kept his cool and found his big tight end. Good hands.
Former baseball pitcher, that's where everybody thought his future was, just like his dad, Pat Mahomes, spent 11 years pitching in the major leagues. Oh, the sling to Tyreek Hill, and look out! Tyreek Hill, game-breaking speed, touchdown, Kansas City. Why is everybody so high on this Chiefs offense and Mahomes? Because of plays like that. Dad loves it. 58 yards.
Hey, do you have him on your fantasy team? I told you to take him. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that's 2 for Tyreek Hill.
And the first touchdown pass of Patrick Mahomes' career. Little slant route to the fast guy.
A missed tackle by a die.
That's just it. You cannot miss him.
And the extra point from Butker. Tyreek Hill, 14. The Chargers, 3. Tyreek Hill, we're just tacking on numbers here. Career touchdowns of 50 or more yards. 6 on the receiving end, 4 on punt returns, 2 rushes of 50 or more yards for touchdowns, and a kick return. Today, the 91-yard punt return and the 58-yard reception for a score. And just a flick of the wrist from Patrick Mahomes. Return man J.J. Jones is not even going to touch it out to the 25. Our Fouts focus.
Well, here's Tyreek Hill, and it's going to be a little slant route. Watch Joseph Adai here, or Jalil Adai. And one missed tackle right there, and there he goes. There's nobody. It's got a prayer. My concern now for Tyreek Hill, will he get tired?
Yeah.
It's a hot day here. He's probably in tremendous shape, as we've seen.
We met with him yesterday. I don't know if he gets tired, Dan.
I don't think so.
He's just a bundle of energy.
He likes candy, too.
He does. He took the entire dish at our meeting room. Rivers, his team now in a 14-3 hole, trying to squeeze it in. Oh, what a grab! Austin Eckler. Flag thrown. How did he do it?
Well, the ball was tipped by Keenan Allen. 2 receivers in the same area for Rivers. And just great concentration.
There was a shot to the head at the end of the play. Just happened to be in the right spot.
Personal foul. Defense, number 38. Lowering the head and initiating contact with an opponent. A 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the catch. First down, Los Angeles.
It's the veteran Ron Parker.
And watch the lowering the head right there. Something you can't do anymore, but the catch is phenomenal. Watch the left hand there of Allen tipping it to Eckler, who is covered like a blanket by Steven Nelson.
So, Dan, 30 yards on the catch, tack on 15 with the penalty, and now the Chargers are in business at the Kansas City 30. Running play, nothing there for Melvin Gordon. No gain. Justin Houston sniffed it out. New faces on the Kansas City defense. That's what Ken Wisenhunt and this Los Angeles offense is going against. Andy Reid, when we asked him about it, he said, look, we understand there's a lot of new pieces. You just try to get as many reps as possible for these guys in the preseason. The way the rules are set up now, you don't get to spend that much time together. But he believes that once they gel, this defense will be where they need it to be. 2nd and 10. Rivers. Lunging attempt. Couldn't get it to Keenan Allen. The coverage from Steven Nelson.
And the other part of that, Ian, is the thing that Bob Sutton wants to stress is that with Rivers getting the ball out as quick as he does and avoiding the sacks, that the defensive backs have got to be a little bit tighter. They've got to keep their eyes on Rivers because of that quick release.
And Dan, there are some names that were synonymous with the Kansas City defense that just aren't a part of it anymore. Tamba Hali and Derek Johnson, Marcus Peters.
And no Eric Berry today.
And no Daniel Sorensen on IR. Suffered a knee injury in training camp. 3rd and 10. Look out! Slam down. D. Ford gets to the quarterback. The Chargers gave up the fewest sacks in the NFL last season. They give up one here, and an injured Charger on the play.
Well, good job, a twist there. Inside goes D. Ford. He only had 2 sacks all last year because he only played in 6 games.
Dan, it looks like Joe Barksdale is down. The starting right tackle who had some injury issues during the preseason. We'll step aside.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. And by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Joe Barksdale had to be helped off the field. The pop-up tent, they'll take a closer look. Loss of 6 on that sack, so now it's a 54-yard field goal attempt for Caleb Sturgis. Nope, they're going to punt it. So they'll pooch it and let it roll inside the 12, but a flag thrown late. The decision by Anthony Lynn not to attempt the long field goal. It turns into a 25-yard punt. Rivers took that sack and it backed them out of the field goal range they may have been comfortable with.
There is no foul on the play for illegal man downfield on the kick. Be first down Kansas City from the end spot.
So Kansas City will have it at the 12-yard line, and no damage on the scoreboard as the Chargers had it rolling after the big Eckler play, but couldn't turn it into points.
Well, the key call by Bob Sutton was that blitz on 3rd down that trapped Rivers in the backfield. Rivers was only sacked 18 times all last year, which was the fewest in the NFL. The Chiefs get to him here in the first quarter.
Tyreek Hill, 3rd player with a 90-plus yard punt return touchdown and a 50-yard touchdown reception in the same game since Bob Hayes and Tavon Austin, who joins that list. He did it in the first quarter. Mahomes too hot to handle through the hands of Sammy Watkins. And fortunate that it wasn't picked off by Trevor Williams.
Yeah, it was another slant route and a good one by Sammy Watkins. He's got a lot of cushion there by Trevor Williams, but this is one that's too hot to handle for Sammy Watkins. And talking to Travis Kelce yesterday about the adjustment that they've had to make between Alex Smith and Mahomes, well, we just saw Exhibit A right there. A gun.
Yep. Tyreek Hill called it a cannon, and timing is such a big key. Hunt the motion man. Mahomes. Floater. Too high. Kelce, the intended receiver.
A really good job by Casey Hayward, just keeping Kelce from getting down the field, and it boxed him out along the sideline.
Hayward, a Pro Bowler in his own right. The last 2 years, he's loved playing for Gus Bradley, who's energized this defense. Anybody that we talk to on the defensive end, when we ask about Gus, they just said, oh, great communicator, knows how to relate to play, knows how to keep it fun. 3rd and 10 for Kansas City. It's a dime look for LA defensively. They'll go to the ground and they contain Spencer Ware. It's a 4-yard gain for Kansas City, and the Chiefs will punt.
Yeah, good stand that time by the Chargers. 3 and outs. Get the offense back on the field with which should be pretty good field position, and talk about a good returner. J.J. Jones impressed in the preseason with his return for a touchdown.
So 2-time Pro Bowler Dustin Colquitt in his 14th year with the Chiefs will kick it away. He didn't start playing football until senior year of high school, but obviously football in his family with his brother and his cousin and his dad. Jones, fair catch called for, and leans forward at the 39-yard line, a 46-yard kick. We're back in 30 seconds after this from Progressive Insurance. Kansas City leading Los Angeles 14-3 here in the first quarter. Just one playoff appearance in the last 8 years for the Chargers. Stop and go. Melvin Gordon. Gordon trucks a defender. Finally tackled down to the 42. Steven Nelson in there. It's an 18-yard burst for Gordon.
So Sam Tevy has taken the place of Barksdale. This is Michael Schofield, and watch where Gordon is going to go. The double team there. Tevy with a real good job of coming off, getting on the linebacker Hitchens. Derek Watt with a good block. Result, an 18-yard gain.
And a new set of downs for the Chargers in Kansas City territory.
Poker. 390. Hot.
Rivers to the flat. Nice move by Gordon. Gordon tiptoeing on the sideline. First down, Los Angeles. Featuring Gordon now on this drive. 13 yards on the catch and run.
Yeah, he told us that this is what he worked on in the offseason. Wanted to be more of a complete back. Tremendous move there to get down the sideline. So they go 18 up the middle and a swing pass for 13, and the Chargers are threatening again.
The whiff by Ragland. Gordon, who started all 16 games last season, first time in his career he did that.
390.
And Los Angeles on the move. Feed it to Gordon. Runs into a wall. 1 yard pickup. We check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, and you mentioned Sam Tevy in there at right tackle. Joe Barksdale dealing with a right knee injury. Official word from the Chargers is questionable, but he could put very little weight on that right leg. So I would imagine you're going to see Tevy for the remainder of this game, guys.
Evan, they only have 2 offensive linemen in addition to their starters active, Tevy and Cole Toner. Scott Quesenberry inactive, Forrest Lamp inactive. 2nd and 9 for LA. We'll hit the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. Rivers out of the gun. Rivers floats it. Caught by Gordon. What a tackle. Gordon hit down low. Anthony Hitchens, the hitman, former Dallas Cowboy. It's a loss of 2 on the play.
When they talk about Hitchens and his 100% motor, they don't even like him practicing at times because he always goes full speed, gets underneath the block there of Dan Freeney. And this is just an outstanding form tackle. Nothing Gordon can do about it.
Hitchens signed a 5-year, $45 million deal. He's tough as nails, aggressive and a sure tackler, as was just exhibited. 3rd and 11 for LA. Eckler in there on 3rd down. Antonio Gates sets up in the slot. Rivers over the middle, caught by Eckler. Beautiful move by Eckler. And he's brought down short of the first down. Hitchens in on that hit. It's a 9-yard pickup, 4th and short. Rivers is staying on the field.
They're going to hurry up, keeping the Chiefs from substituting here.
Rivers trying to get everybody orchestrated. The Chiefs did make 1 substitution on the D-line as Passanio came in, a pass rusher. 4th and 2.
Trying to get him off sides with a hard count.
Rivers takes a look over at his sideline. Still 8 seconds on the play clock. Not going to snap it.
And that's where this crowd really had an effect on that.
We'll come back in 30 seconds after this from AARP. Chargers elect not to go for it on 4th down. It's a 39-yard field goal attempt for Caleb Sturgis. Made one from 45 yards away. Former Dolphin, former Eagle. And the 39-yarder, he's got it. Chiefs with a couple of touchdowns. The Chargers with a couple of field goals. It's 14-6 with 21 seconds to play in the first.
I just want to go back to when Rivers trying to draw the Chiefs off sides. A lot of Chief fans here, and they were making a lot of noise, and that hurt Rivers. He could not be loud enough to try to induce the Chiefs to jump off sides.
And look, that's been an issue. There's no getting around it. You look around the stands, and whatever fan base is part of the road team, they travel. They come to LA, they come to Carson.
Well, they know they can get seats here. Arrowhead always sold out. Chargers did sell out their season tickets here at StubHub, but it appears that maybe some of those fans are going on that secondary market. What do you think?
I would agree. I don't know much about it, but just surmising after being here last year, being here in the preseason. The Saints came here in the preseason, and they had a bunch of fans here.
And the red really stands out.
It does. Anthony Thomas, the return man, over his head. Chiefs will have it at the 25-yard line. So Patrick Mahomes, we asked him why the switch. Baseball, he was earmarked for stardom as a pitcher. He said he just loved the challenge of playing quarterback. It tested him mentally, physically. His junior year of high school, he made the decision to focus on football. Everybody was telling him, hey, baseball's your future. He went a different direction. I think it worked out.
Well, I think it did, especially if he can continue to find all the weapons he has at his disposal.
He was not a huge football fan growing up. He started watching Brett Favre, and he was drawn to how Favre carried himself. Then he started studying Rodgers and Brady. Mahomes, plenty of time. Showing off the arm. Oh, acrobatic grab! Tyreek Hill climbs the imaginary ladder.
And they list him at 5'10". That's generous, but his hops are not. Tremendous effort here. Stopping it with his left hand and pinning it against his body for 30 yards. Mahomes taking a shot. Now that at times will be called as roughing the passer because Melvin Ingram did go low on Mahomes. But what a catch.
Tyreek seemed dinged up. The second he popped off the ground, he landed and checked out by the training staff.
He told us about his desire to become a total wide receiver, from running his routes to dropping his hips, coming in and out of breaks, and then photographing the catch. That one should be framed.
He's heading into the pop-up tent as we end the first quarter in LA. After the big play to Tyreek Hill, he's not out there right now for the Chiefs. Mahomes, play fake. Mahomes showing off the cannon arm. Knocked away. To Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver. Derwin James, the lengthy rookie out of Florida State, makes the play for LA.
Well, watch the 6'2" rookie James here, stretching out and making a fabulous play. Mahomes making that throw as Hill comes out of the tent on the run and almost on the money. Great play by Derwin James.
Hill landed on his head and shoulder after that circus catch. Mahomes just throws BBs. 2nd and 10. Mahomes tosses too high for Travis Kelce. It's 3rd and 10 for Kansas City.
Let's go back to the circus catch here. Watch as Hill lands on the ground. His right shoulder and head make contact. And I'm sure they were checking him out for a possible concussion, but he appears to be ready to go.
He's got 179 all-purpose yards. All of that was in the first quarter.
3 highlights.
Line of scrimmage is the 45 of Los Angeles. Chargers are in the dime. Mahomes steps up. Mahomes caught from behind. Derwin James is everywhere.
All right, Derwin James, #1 pick, picks up his first sack. And just did a great job of head faking Eric Fisher, Fisher thought he was going to go to the inside. He used his speed to burn around the corner and drag down Holmes. 2 big plays for the rookie.
Anthony Lynn told us this is why those young rookies were drafted, for this kind of game against Kansas City. Speed and space. James and Kaiser White and Uchenna Nwosu. The punt lands inside the 5. Colquitt does his job. Let's check in with Evan Washburn.
And Tyreek Hill is still in the initial stages of the concussion protocol. As you saw, he was in the blue tent with the UNC, the unaffiliated no trauma consultant. Came out, no helmet. They reviewed the video. Now he is back in the tent again with the UNC. So this is still part of the initial stages of that concussion protocol. Once we get something official, we'll let you know, but no Hill at the moment.
And his fingerprints, Evan, are all over this game in every aspect.
And it's only been the earth that has stopped him in this first half.
Yeah, the Chargers have had no answers. Chargers take over deep in their own territory. Speaks just ran off the field for Kansas City. A rookie for the Chiefs out of Ole Miss. Rivers out of his own end zone. Incomplete. Steven Nelson in a matchup with Keenan Allen.
Steven Nelson's having a heck of a day. We got a flag, though, thrown in the secondary.
2 of them, Dan.
And they may get Nelson for being just a second early.
2 penalties so far against Kansas City. None accepted against the Chargers.
On the defensive formation for 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, they're going to get Speaks for being in the huddle. 12 men in the huddle. That's why he had that mad dash to the sideline.
Anthony Lynn goes back with Bob Sutton to their Jet days together, and Lynn had nothing but praise for Sutton, not only as a coach, but as an individual. Just called him one of the best people that he knows. 1st and 5 after the penalty. Running play to Gordon. Hit down low. Gordon has enough for the first down. He extends. Steven Nelson will get credit for the tackle. It's a 6-yard gain for Gordon.
And talking to Gordon about the new helmet rule and leading with your head as a running back, you can get called for a penalty. He said that's very difficult for any running back, but especially that's always been his style. Number one, to get yardage, but also to protect himself.
Yep.
But he has been working on it with this contraption called the gauntlet to keep his head up when the tacklers get there.
Yeah, a lot of drills in training camp in the preseason, but there's certain instincts that he's gone with his entire career. Gordon chewing up real estate. Anthony Hitchens, first man there. That's a 5-yard gain for Gordon.
Yeah, the last couple of runs, he's been able to, after contact, make some yardage.
Well, you mentioned it. Their ranking was not very impressive last year, although Gordon had his best numbers individually. They were ranked 24th as a team, but they were the #1 passing team in the NFL. Phillip Rivers just keeps moving up the charts in all major categories. 2nd and 5. Motion man Tyrell Williams. Eckler gets his chance. Austin Eckler, Division II product, met by Kendall Fuller. It's another 5 yards for LA.
And another 5'10", generous measurement. Austin Eckler really in the mold of a Danny Woodhead and a Darren Sproles. They say he's the strongest guy pound for pound on the team.
And they is Anthony Lynn.
Not sure what that means.
Well, pound for pound.
He's got 200 of them. Pounds, that is.
I think little guys like to hear that you're pound for pound as strong as a bigger guy.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we talk about at the meetings. Rivers throwing deep ball. Oh, separation, but he couldn't grab it. A little too far for Travis Benjamin.
And Rivers can't believe it. He thought he put it out there perfectly as he looks at the replay board. Just off that left hand.
Orlando Scandrick was a step or two behind. That would have been a sure touchdown.
That's always a tough decision for a receiver, whether to lay out for that or to keep running, because if you lay out, you're not going to get the touchdown. If you keep running, you may get the touchdown.
And Benjamin's a former sprinter at the University of Miami. 2nd and 10. We did see Tyreek Hill with his helmet on the Kansas City sideline. Play clock winding down. Rivers steps up. Rivers lets it fly. Look who, Virgil Green. Green came over as a free agent from the Denver Broncos and was supposed to slot in with Hunter Henry. They lose Henry, though. Torn ACL back in May, and then all of a sudden the role changed for Green. He was the pass catcher. Obviously, they've addressed it with Antonio Gates re-signing.
Yeah, and you saw how excited Green was after that catch. His first with the Chargers. good for 15 yards, and the Chargers with an impressive drive off their own goal line.
45 catches, 571 yards, 4 touchdowns last season with Denver. So now some breathing room for LA. Play action. Rivers floats it. Melvin Gordon turns the corner. Gordon down the sideline and forced out of bounds. The catch and run by Gordon. Steven Nelson finally got to him. 25 yards for LA.
Well, Rivers has what he wants. He's got his running back on a linebacker. Hitchens out of the picture until now, and then refusing to go out of bounds until Nelson shoves him out of bounds. Gordon having a day. 3 catches, 36 yards. 9 attempts for another 36 yards on the ground.
Ken Wisenhunt calling the plays for the 3rd year here for the Chargers. Rivers out of the pocket, flag thrown. Rivers tosses it out of bounds. 2 flags on the play, 1 near the line of scrimmage and 1 towards the outside as Jarvis Jenkins, the veteran, gave chase.
Yeah, I think the second flag is going to be holding against the Chargers. Now the first flag may have offsetting penalties. Russell Okung may be called for the hold.
There are fouls against both teams on the play. Offside, defense number 95. Holding, offense number 76. Those penalties offset. We'll replay first down.
So it's Okung, who you mentioned, Chris Jones, the guilty party for Kansas City.
Yeah, that's lining up in the neutral zone, which is really inexcusable. Neutral zone, of course, being the length of the football.
Not only has Kansas City dominated this series with the Chargers, they basically dominated the division. They're 16-2 against the AFC West since 2015. They lead this one 14-6. Rivers, play fake, deep ball. Rivers all alone. Tyrell Williams could not haul it in. And Rivers can't believe it.
Yeah, he's beside himself. The ball that got away from Benjamin that wasn't a catch. This one was a touchdown. For some reason, Nelson drops his coverage here and lets Williams go all alone. And the ball goes right through his hands. His hands separated too much. Those little fingers have got to be touching so the ball doesn't rip through the hands.
Tyrell Williams, a practice squad success story, has been steady in his Charger career. But that was a guaranteed 6 that didn't go on the board. Eckler keeps the legs churning. And forward progress will get him just inside the 25. And just short of a first down. Murray and Parker combined to bring him down. As mentioned, Chiefs are playing without Eric Berry. Berry was hoping to make his return. He missed all 4 preseason games, dealing with a sore left heel, torn Achilles in the season opener last year when the Chiefs shocked the New England Patriots. And Berry in attendance. Andy Reid let him fly with the team, but the decision was made. And Andy told us that, hey, look, Eric's always been honest with me. He'll let us know when he feels ready. 9th play, inside handoff. Derek Watt struggling to get to the marker.
They're going to have to measure this one. They're going to give it to him first down. Watt gets very few carries, but that time he used that 234 pounds, lowered his head legally. That's always been a question for me, is on short yardage.
Yeah.
The running back's got to lower his head.
Berry, 5-time Pro Bowler, heart and soul of this defense. And in spectator mode here today. They're hoping to have him back next week when they play in Pittsburgh. Steelers, by the way, finished in a tie with Cleveland. Perfect way to open your season. Give is to Melvin Gordon. Gordon, first down run. Tossed down by Parker. But Gordon has been strong. 11 yards on the ground.
Again, running behind the tight end, Sean Culkin here. Culkin with a good block on Hitchens, and then into the secondary goes Gordon. Well, this is the best he's looked to start of the season. He's 100% healthy, he told us yesterday. Most of the time in his early career, he's been around 60-65%, he admitted to, but he looks awful good so far in this first half.
Dan, could this be Antonio Gates time? Shotgun. Rivers. Drop ball by Gordon. Ranging over Hitchens. And Phillip Rivers is not getting all that much help from his guys. He's now 9 of 14 for 110 yards.
Well, Antonio Gates is going to draw attention, and he did that time, leaving Gordon wide open. That ball got on him in a hurry. 3 drops so far. Not that that was going to be a touchdown, but the other 2 could have been.
Big addition for Los Angeles. Center Mike Pouncey came over from Miami, a 3-time Pro Bowler, and Rivers said he's made a big difference in the locker room and on the field. Rivers will use a timeout. Play clock was down to 1. We are down to 7:54 to play in this first half. 14-6. Kansas City leading it, but the Chargers are threatening, facing a 2nd and 10 deep in Kansas City territory. Next Sunday, CBS continues its Super Bowl season. Great doubleheader action. We will be in Pittsburgh as Kansas City takes on the Steelers. Then a rematch. Last year's AFC Championship. Tom Brady and New England battle Jacksonville in their daunting defense. The day kicks off with the NFL Today guys celebrating and dancing on the road to Super Bowl 53.
Dancing?
On CBS. Who put a question mark on the promo?
You read everything off the telestrator.
Tyreek Hill. He has been sensational for the Chiefs. But right now he's hoping that the defense can do its job and keep the Chargers out of the end zone. Rivers floats it up. It's caught. Eckler. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And a matchup with the linebacker, Hitchens. Eckler wins out.
Now, Ken Wisenhunt has drawn up a pretty good game plan on this drive. He had Gordon for a long gain against Hitchens, and now the payoff play. The pressure by D Ford is too late. And Rivers let that ball go with a nice high arc to it and let Eckler adjust to it and make the catch.
Yeah, Dan, this is a debate that you could have throughout the NFL season.
When to go for 2.
Would you go for 2 at this stage of the game?
No, I wouldn't. I would march out Caleb Sturgis and have him kick the extra point. We're only halfway through the second quarter.
So they're looking for the tie here. Trying to make up points.
So many of these games between these two teams have been so close.
Rivers rifles, and it's knocked away. Mike Williams, the intended target. And it feels like whatever momentum you've gained is quickly
you come off the field going, darn it.
Yeah.
You know.
You're supposed to feel good after a touchdown. 12 plays, 96 yards. The payoff to Eckler. 2 other passes from Phillip Rivers easily could have been touchdowns, but they were dropped. The last one he tossed was to Eckler. And the Chargers now down by 2. 7:47 to play in this first half. DeAnthony Thomas, the return man, the kick from Sturgis. 5 yards deep in the end zone. He takes a knee. It's coming out. It's been the Tyreek Hill show.
You think so, huh?
A little bit.
Well, he got it started with his 91-yard punt return. A couple of real solid blocks there, and then he turns on the burners. And then the spectacular 30-yard catch. The slant route went for 58 yards. They got 2 catches for 88 yards and a punt return for 91. So 179 total yards for Tyreek Hill, and he's back in the game.
And a first down for Kansas City at the 25. Hill, the motion man. They fake it to Hill and give it to Hunt. Hunt leans in for 3. Send it down to Evan Washburn.
And more importantly, Hill was cleared of the concussion protocol as we documented over that previous possession. They were also looking at his shoulder because he came down really hard on that shoulder, but showed no ill effects during the previous drive. So as we can see, he's out there.
And Evan, high school track star, Georgia State champion in the 100 and 200, and something that he pointed out, he just doesn't want to be known as a fast guy that plays wide receiver.
He wants to be known as the fastest guy.
Well, that's true too. The option, Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, the 10th overall pick in 2017. Isaac Rochelle stepping in for the injured Joey Bosa there to bring him down. It's an 8-yard pickup. I know you're not necessarily a guy that looks at the combine and breaks down all the numbers, but people went gaga for Mahomes after he did what he did a couple of years ago in Indianapolis. And you just see the sheer talent.
And that was a good read by Mahomes because the Chargers left him alone on that option.
It's a running play to Hunt. And he carries it to the 39. 3.5-yard gain as Rochelle makes the tackle. A little deeper on Patrick Mahomes. He prefers Patrick, not Pat. His dad is Pat. He's Patrick. 819 yards of total offense, the most all-time in a game against Oklahoma. Kansas City traded up 17 spots to get him. 22 years young last season when he started his first game. It was week 17. They just wanted to get a glimpse of him. Alex Smith, of course, still started the playoff game. Running play to Hunt. He gets tripped as he went airborne to the 45-yard line. And Kaiser White, the rookie out of West Virginia, with a tackle. That's a 6-yard gain.
I go back to that 819 yards passing in one game. That was against Oklahoma, not Oklahoma, you know, whatever. That was the Oklahoma. That is something.
So now a 3rd and 1 for Kansas City, and Mahomes already looking to his sideline. They're going to use a timeout. And there is his dad, Pat Mahomes. Pitched for 6 teams in 11 years, went to Japan and pitched for a couple of more years over there. Patrick said his mom, Randy, also deserves a lot of credit for the individual he became.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Verizon. Now go mix and match family unlimited plans.
After the timeout, Kansas City facing a 3rd and 1. They have 2 timeouts remaining. The fake, Spencer Ware spilled out. And that initial spot doesn't appear to be enough. Darius Philon, who has stepped in for Corey Leggett, serving a 4-game suspension. They got a good spot. And that's going to move the chains.
Yeah, a lot of trickery there before the ball was snapped. Mahomes lining up behind Ware and then going in motion. Didn't fool the Chargers, but Ware with a good effort to get the first.
If you're Los Angeles, you could challenge the spot if you felt that strongly about it. Apparently the Chargers coaching staff does not. Mahomes, look at the time. Mahomes sets up, tosses it underneath to Tyreek Hill. And a modest gain for Hill as Desmond King helped make sure he didn't get extra yards. It's 5 through the air.
And part of Mahomes, we got an injured Charger. Looks like Denzel Perryman. Chargers cannot afford to lose Perryman. He has missed 15 games of 48 possible in his career. They need him as a run stop right in the middle of that defense.
Kaiser White getting the start over Jatavis Brown. Perriman plays on the inside. And he is up. And he'll walk off on his own power. Now, Anthony Lynn, who's now in his 2nd year as a head coach, he's a Texas Tech guy. So we asked him about Mahomes. He said, oh, I've watched a lot of Mahomes. He played at my alma mater. I've been scouting him for years.
Well, and they throw the ball all over the place there in Lubbock, and that's why Mahomes is so comfortable in the spread offenses. And he's been able to today to show off his vision of the field, which is absolutely outstanding.
2nd and 5 for the Chiefs. 14-12, Kansas City leading Los Angeles. Kelsey's been quiet. Mahomes on a give. Kareem Hunt taking it to the outside. And Hunt's got a first down. Derwin James over there. You can see how big James is at 6'2", 215. That's a 13-yard run for Hunt.
And Hunt really specializes in yards after contact because he has such a good lower base, strength in the legs, awareness of where that sideline was to pick up extra yardage, and another Chief first down.
Andy Reid said that Hunt came back for year 2 in excellent shape. It showed that he worked hard during the offseason. Those are the things you look for in young players to see their dedication. It's Damian Williams, the former Dolphin. Coach Reid said they're going to try to work in Ware and Williams backing up Hunt because they don't want Hunt to have as many carries as he had last year. Remember, he had that dip middle of the season where the numbers were just not as good as they were early in the year, and then he ended on a high.
Well, the rookie wall is real. When you think about the preseason and then the start of the season, the travel, all these things do affect rookies.
Long drive here for Kansas City. Eating up clock, 2nd and 10. Mahomes had it knocked down. Incomplete. They got some big bodies up there, including Damian Square. Justin Jones, another young defensive player. They used a 3rd-round pick on Jones out of NC State. They're rotating him in on that defensive line.
This is right on the edge of field goal range for Kansas City. They're 2 of 4 converting 3rd downs today. Field goal from here would be about 54 yards.
Yeah, Butler was excellent last year, 38 of 42 with a long of 53. 3rd and 10. Send it out to Ware. So a running start for Ware. Mahomes leads him, but it is short of a first down.
And he lost his balance, basically. The ball kind of pushed him. Another strike from Mahomes, and that may have cost the Chiefs. A little bit softer of a throw, and Ware may be able to take this up the sidelines. But watch how, as he makes the catch, he's being forced to the out of bounds.
Mahomes, 6 of 11, 111 yards, and the touchdown to Tyreek Hill. It did give Butker a more makeable kick, 46-yard attempt. Butker was a 7th-round pick at Carolina. Didn't make the Panthers. Chiefs picked him up, and it turned out to be the right signing as Butker goes right down the middle for Kansas City. 17-12, the Chiefs leading the Chargers. 2 minutes to play, first half.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AARP. Take on today with AARP Real Possibilities. And by FedEx. Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
Back in Southern California. Just a gorgeous Sunday here in Carson. Kansas City leading Los Angeles 17-12. Butker, who just made the field goal, is kicking it off to J.J. Jones. Deep kick, and Jones does not take it out. Coming up, Verizon Halftime Report, JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher, the latest NFL scores and highlights from Week 1. That's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. So the Chargers open up at their own 25-yard line. They have 2 minutes to work with here. 206 total yards of offense for L.A., 156 for Kansas City, but of course the 91-yard punt return for a touchdown for Tyreek Hill. Have to factor that in. Kansas City's got the 17-12 advantage. Eight teams made the playoffs in 2017 that didn't make it in 2016. Chargers trying to become one of those teams in 2018. Gordon not going down on first contact, and he gains 5. Hit by Chris Jones. 11 carries, 52 yards for Gordon. Chargers have 1 timeout remaining. 2nd and 5. Rivers out of the gun. Gordon sets up as a receiver. Toss it out. Benjamin working out of the slot. Travis Benjamin. Flag thrown as he stumbles down to the 44-yard line. 3 flags on the play. Terrence Smith, normally a special teamer, makes the hit. Kansas City pointing in LA's direction. 14-yard gain could be negated.
Could be an OPI. Offensive pass interference.
Oh, thanks.
That's the
I knew what that was.
Gene Steratore told me that one.
Did he? What about an RPO?
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 16. Penalties 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
Illegal block in the back on Tyrell Williams. It's a B on TB.
That really sets the Chargers back because that was a good gain that time by Travis Benjamin. Now they're all the way back to the 21-yard line.
And only 1:21 left on the clock. Kansas City has 2 timeouts remaining. It's a 2nd and 14 for the Chargers. 4th in total offense last year, but only 13th in scoring. Rivers dials up a deep ball. Rivers, he's got Benjamin. Oh, Benjamin drops the football.
Philip Rivers is going to sue his receivers for lack of support. This is another touchdown drop. Benjamin, with all that speed, runs right by Ron Parker. Has to wait for the ball just a bit, but it goes right through the breadbasket.
Yeah, Parker would have recovered for a tackle, but you're talking about what would have been a huge gain for Los Angeles. That's 4 drops now for the Chargers.
I like the way the Chargers are attacking. 3rd and 2nd and 15 that time. They go deep and almost get it.
3rd and long. Rivers out of the pocket and tosses to the sideline. Incomplete. D. Ford had a beat on Phillip Rivers. And it's 4th down. So Chargers should have had the ball in Kansas City territory. Instead, they're punting, and Kansas City's going to have time. And, by the way,
look who's back, deep.
The playmaker, Tyreek Hill, will have a chance to possibly touch this ball and do something special with it.
Well, last time Kaiser had that long punt, and Hill took it all the way back. He would be wise not to kick it so far.
Well, let's see if he angles it towards the sideline. Big kick. Hill retreats. Makes a man miss. Hill. It's like a video game. And he's out of bounds with a flag down at the 21-yard line. 61-yard kick, a 6-yard return.
But everybody in the stadium held their breath, didn't they?
They did.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 19. Penalties 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Kansas City.
It's Marcus Kemp. So Kansas City will have it at the 10. They've got 51 seconds left on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. Kansas City with a 1st and 10, 51 seconds to play in this first half. Handoff to Spencer Ware, and a big run for Ware, weaving through traffic. Spencer Ware coming off a serious knee injury. He missed last season. 27-yard gain and a timeout called. Kansas City now has some options. 38 seconds left. Coming up, Verizon halftime report. We'll send it back to the studio. JB and the rest of the gang. Latest NFL scores and highlights around week 1 in the NFL. What's coming up? Verizon halftime report.
That changed things for Kansas City. They went very conservative with the call, but Ware said, the heck with being conservative. I'm going to get as many yards as I can. And now to get into field goal range for Butker, who's got a huge leg. And remember, a field goal would give the Chiefs an 8-point lead. The Chargers went for 2 and didn't get it. Remember that.
Still need about 28 yards to get into Butker range. And you got Tyreek Hill set up on the outside. A jump by the Chargers, And they're not going to allow that free play like they used to anymore. If they see it and it's obvious, they're calling it.
That's too bad because that's such a fun play for a quarterback.
You
can throw it anywhere.
46, the 5-yard penalty, still first down.
I mean, that's your perspective, of course.
Well, it's Dusty perspective too.
The distribution, Tyreek Hill has been targeted 3 times. He has 3 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. Watkins with 1 catch, Ware 1 catch, Kelsey just 1 catch for 6 yards.
And look where they have Hill lined up now.
He is off the line as Kelsey went in motion. Mahomes looking, Mahomes fires, and a fastball handled by Hill.
And that was as impressive as his earlier one where he was injured because he had to adjust to a bullet coming at him.
Moving quickly here, Mahomes steps up, tosses, knocked up in the air. Oh, the ball deflected to Damian Williams. And he's down at the 25. A flag thrown back at the 45. That ball was up for grabs.
Offense.
It's a moot point.
The 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
This is a rookie mistake by Mahomes. He gets away with it, throwing into a crowd, a covered receiver, Conley by Jatavis Brown.
What a snare by Williams.
We're seeing some athletes out here today.
Would have been a 13-yard gain. Instead, the Chiefs are at the Chargers' 48 with 13 ticks of the clock remaining. Kansas City with 1 timeout left. Hill goes in motion on the outside. Mahomes out of the pocket. Watch the clock. 8 seconds left. Mahomes trying to set it up downfield. Mahomes throws the bomb. Out of bounds. Derwin James. It's incomplete. So 2 seconds remain. That took a lot of time for Kansas City.
Again, a situation where the quarterback has got to know, hey, I got 1 timeout, and I can't afford to waste time running around and then throwing a Hail Mary to the end zone. If he doesn't have it right away, kill the clock. You have 1 more play you can run. This definitely is going to be the Hail Mary. And with Mahomes' arms, watch how high he's going to throw this ball.
Mahomes hooks a pass downfield. Incomplete. Nearly an interception for Desmond King, and that'll be the final play of this first half in Los Angeles. The Chiefs with a 17-12 lead over the Chargers in this AFC West rivalry. End of the first half. Kansas City in front. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Start of the second half, 17-12, Kansas City leading LA. Let's check out the first half highlight presented by DirecTV. Drew Kaiser, the punt to Tyreek Hill, and good night.
Yeah, the 57-yard punt is taken all the way back for 91 yards. Chiefs go up 7-0 without their offense ever getting on the field.
Ian Eagle along with Dan Fouts, Evan Washburn down on the sideline. So big plays from Tyreek Hill, but the Chargers settled themselves down, got themselves back into the game.
Yeah, and if they would catch the ball, they would be ahead right now.
That would
4
help.
drops in the first half. A couple of them would have been scores.
Phillip Rivers did connect with Eckler for the touchdown. They went for 2, didn't get it. And then Kansas City gets a field goal to take that advantage. They've dominated this series. 8 straight wins for the Chiefs over the Chargers. Does that creep into your head at any point if you're LA?
Well, I think when you go for 2 and you don't get it, that will always be in the back of your mind because you're always going to be chasing that 1 point.
So the numbers are big for Los Angeles, very big. But stopping Tyreek Hill has been the challenge on special teams, and when Hill is on offense, he is such an electrifying talent, and he's done it before. Against LA, Hill had big numbers in previous years. Kareem Hunt really established himself as a premier running back with the numbers that he put up last year. 172 yards and 155 yards in the 2 games against Los Angeles. Becoming the 3rd Chief to lead the NFL in rushing. Christian Okoye and Priest Holmes, the other two. Kansas City deferred after winning the coin toss, so they get the second half kick. And they'll have it at the 25-yard line. Let's check in with the third member of our crew, Evan Washburn.
Line, let's start with Anthony Lynn and dealing with Tyreek Hill. He said we have to pursue the ball better when he has it. It's got to be 11 guys to Hill. He mentioned the drops. He's really actually pleased with what they did on both sides of the ball, but he needs his guys to make a play. As for Andy Reid, feels like offensively, he loves the big play. They've got to sustain some drives. Most importantly, get Travis Kelce involved. He said they had a couple called for him, but they got to make sure he gets involved here in the second half. And lastly, guys, the heat is an issue. This Kansas City defense was on the field a lot in that first half.
They were 35 plays of offense for the Chargers. Here's Tyreek Hill. Hill getting to the outside, known as the Cheetah because of that raw speed. 21 yards for Hill. The numbers: 203 total yards for Kansas City, 212 for Los Angeles. Time of possession in favor of the Chargers, but a lot of that has to do with the 91-yard punt return for Kansas City on what would have been its first possession.
Well, and as Evan was talking about, the heat is a factor, and when the defense is on the field that much, they do get tired more quickly than the offense does.
How about what you've seen from Patrick Mahomes in this first half as he gives it up to Hunt, trying to stay upright, and Hunt got hit from the side in Los Angeles territory.
I think he's done a good job. I mean, there's only been one or two questionable throws that I saw. He forced a couple there. One was caught by Damian Williams. That was all called back, but he appears to be in control, not too excited, dealing the ball, avoiding the pass rush, and this is an excellent way to start the second half. Getting the ball to Tyreek Hill is brilliant, isn't it?
Pretty good game plan. Handling of the clock at the end of the first half was a bit of an issue. Give it to Hunt again, and Hunt just keeps on moving those legs. Hunt brings it across the 45. Eric Bieniemy, a former Charger, played for the Chargers for 4 years. Now the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. Matt Nagy, of course, taking the head coaching job for the Bears. There's Bieniemy.
Yeah, he told me the message to his offense was that this is going to be one of those games, hard fought, so play with a sense of urgency, no turnovers, and they've done a good job of that in the first half, and then feels they'll have a chance.
He was the offensive coordinator at his alma mater, Colorado, for 2 years. Mahomes, play fake. Mahomes hit as he throws, and it's offline. He was trying to hit Kelce down the field. Melvin Ingram with the penetration. Ingram, Pro Bowler last year, 10.5 sacks. He and Bosa, probably the best pass rushing combination in the NFL right now, but the concerns with Bosa, the foot injury. Bosa's reportedly going to seek a second opinion in Green Bay. He missed the entire preseason with that left foot issue.
Yeah, they're hoping it's not a broken foot.
They'll go pistol here on 2nd and 10. Fake it. Mahomes has a running lane, slides, and they'll mark him down at the 34-yard line. Casey Hayward there to make sure that Mahomes didn't turn it into a first down. It's a 7-yard run.
Oh, this is so well executed. Watch the mesh point here with Hunt. That draws in the defense right there as Rochelle goes for that fake. White goes for the pitch fake, and Mahomes goes up the field and brings up a 3rd and short.
So 3rd and manageable here. Rivers and the Chargers offense chomping at the bit to get back out there against this Kansas City D. Chiefs have a 17-12 lead on LA. 3rd and 3. Quick jump. Melvin Ingram.
Way offsides.
So
way offsides.
Not just offsides. Way
offside.
Offsides.
Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty is enough for a first down.
Yeah, he got pressure on Mahomes a couple of plays before that. Now he's thinking, well, it's 3rd down. I'm going to get another shot at the quarterback. But he was way offsides.
So, first down for Kansas City. We asked Ingram about the expectations, the high ones for the Chargers. He said, hey, we don't talk about whatever the expectations are outside of this building. We know what we've got in this locker room. And he's made some bold statements about being a Super Bowl team. Kareem Hunt bottled up. 3-yard pickup for Kansas City, opening drive of the third quarter. 8 carries, 44 yards for Hunt. He was a third-round pick out of Toledo. Spencer Ware was supposed to be the guy, but then Hunt was called into duty because of the Ware injury, and there was no looking back.
That is tremendous scouting. Out of tiny Toledo, they find the NFL's leading rusher.
GM Brett Veach, now in his second year, youngest general manager in the NFL at 40. Tyreek Hill on the outside. Every time he touches the ball, there's that moment, that collective gasp.
But it looked like Desmond King had a shot at him. Sammy Watkins was blocking. Watkins is number 14. But the balance of Hill to get away from the tackle.
Line of scrimmage is now the 20-yard line. Hill will get a breather. Kansas City on the move with 10:45 to go here in the third. Out of the gun, Mahomes tosses it. Kelsey could not come down with it. Trevor Williams with the stick.
That's just a second pass directed to Kelsey this afternoon. Had one catch in the first half, but this was a clear drop. Trevor Williams coming in with a good strip there, but you expect Kelsey to just swallow that one up. But look at how that left hand got right to the ball to rip it out. Great play by Williams.
Kelsey led all tight ends in receptions last season with 83. Just one catch for Kelsey today. Fake it. Mahomes slings it. Sammy Watkins inside the 5.
And what a catch that was. Thrown low and hard. And watch Watkins. This one's going to come right at you. Stretching out, making a catch under duress. Good for 16 yards inside the 5. Very impressive opening drive here. And well balanced. 5 runs, 4 passes.
They have marveled at Sammy Watkins' route running ability, and they've opened up the playbook where he can run the entire route tree. Kelsey, one-on-one. First and goal. Mahomes will run it. Oh, he took a shot. Flags down as Mahomes lost the ball at the end of the play, and it's been whistled dead. Tyreek Hill, who can run the 100-yard dash as fast as anybody in the NFL, finally stopped chasing. Justin Jones levels Mahomes.
Yeah, it looked like Mahomes may have had an alley to get into the end zone. There's the fake to Hunt. That was a good read by Mahomes as Hunt was tackled by Ingram. But there's the face mask right there.
Foul, grabbing the face mask. Defense number 91. Half the distance to the goal line. First down, Kansas City.
He really didn't need to grab him because he's got him stoned right there, but left hand comes up to the face mask. Automatic first down.
Out of the gun. First and goal for KC.
It's an excellent place to run the option play.
Punt shifts to the backfield. Mahomes on a flip. Little trick play. DeAnthony Thomas has got the corner. Touchdown, Chiefs. Kansas City marches down the field to open up this second half. And the Chiefs have added to their lead.
A little razzle-dazzle on the goal line here. DeAnthony Thomas with all this speed. Local boy from L.A. That's just perfectly executed by Mahomes. And you won't see a better walk-in than that.
It goes down as a pass for Mahomes, so his second touchdown of the day. Extra point from Butker is good. And Thomas, another track guy, ran track in college at Oregon. Had a broken leg last year. He's back, and he's contributing for KC. Long drive by the Chiefs ends in a touchdown catch for DeAnthony Thomas. 11 plays, 75 yards. So you get halftime and you get the long drive for this Chiefs defense to rest and recover.
They had 8 first downs in the first half. The Chiefs on that drive, 7 first downs and the touchdown.
Butker kicks it off. J.J. Jones is deep. This one returnable, and Jones is going to take it out of the end zone. Not a wise decision. Short of the 10-yard line. Armani Watts with a hit on special teams. Take us through Mahomes' day.
Well, he's 10 of 19 for 2 touchdowns and a score, and he's been able to find Tyreek Hill. This time it was Watkins, but this is a play that really ignited the Chiefs. Their second touchdown of the first quarter as Hill goes 58 yards, and Pat Mahomes loves it.
Yeah, Patrick told us that Pat is a Cowboy fan, but maybe the allegiance changes when your son gets drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs and he's the starting quarterback. Quick hitter to Gordon. And Gordon is knocked down at the 20-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. 11 yards through the air. The combination of Nelson and Murray. Murray stepping in for the injured Eric Berry. Murray in his third year for Minnesota, a 4th-round draft pick, played cornerback in college. Travis Benjamin limped off for Los Angeles, so we'll keep an eye on that. Rivers, soft toss. Gordon's got room. Melvin Gordon to the outside, and another first down for LA. 20 yards on the catch and run. Ron Parker the hit.
The veteran quarterback sees D Ford coming on the blitz, totally unblocked. That's his outlet receiver. The hot receiver is Gordon. Rivers now 13 of 20, and 8 of his completions have gone to either Gordon with 5 or Eckler with 3. Keenan Allen with 2 catches, Virgil Green, Tyrell Williams, and Travis Benjamin with 1 catch each, and he's going to guys that are catching the ball.
Eckler now in there. Green, the motion man. 7:54 to go in the third. Eckler gets a carry, squeezes through a tight space, and keeps on moving. Eckler handling the tackle. 7-yard pickup for Eckler. So this has been the breakdown for Los Angeles. The running backs have gotten 9 targets. And you mentioned it, the 8 catches. Gordon has been a weapon coming out of the backfield to the tune of 5 receptions, 67 yards.
And 4 drops by receivers.
Shotgun for Rivers. 2nd and 3 out near midfield. Fake it. Rivers steps. Rivers throws. Nice touch. Keenan Allen. First down, Los Angeles. Steven Nelson in coverage.
Well, Rivers is showing you his veteran experience here, stepping up in the pocket and just lobbing this ball to a wide open Keenan Allen as he beats Nelson across the field. But you just feel the rhythm now that this Charger offense is starting to develop on this drive. Rivers a perfect 3 for 3 on the drive.
Gordon back in there. They pitch it to him. Bobbled it for a moment. And Gordon took a heavy hit. Loss of a half yard. D Ford there defensively for Kansas City. One big key for Gordon. He feels 100% going into a season. He said in previous years he's felt 60, 65% for the season opener. And this is the best he's felt as a pro.
And that little bobble affected him because it took his eye off the hole, and it allowed D Ford to come in and really lay a good hit on him.
Gordon sees himself as a workhorse. I think the Chargers see Eckler having a larger role, and Anthony Lynn has said his philosophy is work in multiple backs. Rivers, pocket holds up. Rivers could not get it to his receiver, and Virgil Green, the intended target, with a flag thrown.
They're going to get Eric Murray for holding Virgil Green on that crossing route.
So now the penalties starting to pile up for
Firing
KC.
a pass, holding defense, number 21. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's Murray, and the 4th defensive penalty against the Chiefs.
Right here. The holding must have occurred before that.
Kansas City has won 3 straight season openers. Last year, they beat up on New England 42-27. Andy Reid so creative. Give it to Gordon. Tries to bounce it to the outside, and the Chiefs would have none of it. He ran into a big body. Chris Jones, loss of 1. So the rushing yards now 100 on the ground for the Chargers. That loss dips them to 99, 103 for Kansas City. Hunt, the leading rusher, with 44 yards. Gordon has 50 for LA. 2nd and 12. Keep it on the ground. Gordon. Spin move, Gordon. Short of the first down, but they are starting to wear out this Kansas City D. Ron Parker with the stop. We send it to Evan Washburn.
And they're doing it currently without Travis Benjamin. Left the field earlier in this drive. He's currently in the medical tent. They seem to be working on his right foot. They tried some new inserts. He's in some discomfort. Doesn't look severe, but again, in the tent right now. Once we have something official, we'll let you know.
Benjamin in his 7th year, former Cleveland Brown. Mike Williams has been getting the look as the 3rd receiver. This is the 8th play of the drive for Los Angeles. We approach 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Rivers on 3rd and 4. Has the time. Rivers intercepted. Stepping in, Ron Parker. And Parker is still going. Parker makes his way into LA territory and dragged down by Russell Okung. Chiefs fans celebrating here in Carson. It's a 41-yard return.
And Rivers had all the time in the world to find a receiver, maybe too much time, because as he lets it go, he has 2 receivers in the same area. Parker reads it and picks it off.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Walmart. Discover more ways to shop at Walmart today. Fidelity Investments.
I don't know.
And by Domino's. Order online at Domino's.com.
Well, they're going to bring this one back, Cleve Blakeman, rather. This is what they're seeing upstairs. Tyrell Williams is going to hit Parker's toe, and the heel is going to be touched by Keenan Allen. And so that will wipe out a 41-yard interception return. There's the heel touch, and down goes Parker.
After review the play, the pass was intercepted by the defense, but the defender was touched down by contact with the ball at the 14-yard line. Therefore, it'll be Kansas City's ball at that spot.
They'll bring it back to 3rd base.
Of course they will. You heard that, huh?
Yeah. Now it's a clock issue. Yeah, they've got to add 13 seconds, and they will. 4:16 to go now in the 3rd, but not as much damage done, because that return is a crusher if you're Los Angeles.
Yeah, the Chiefs did a great job, number 1, of taking away Keenan Allen, because that was where Rivers wanted to go with the ball. By the time he finally threw it, Parker, playing center field, reacted to it.
Allen's been held in check. 3 catches for 32 yards. Kareem Hunt. Not much running room there. No gain. Denzel Perriman, the 4th-year linebacker out of Miami, makes the stop. So 2nd and 10 for Kansas City. Hill's got the huge numbers, 5 catches, 134 yards, a touchdown, also has the punt return for the touchdown. But after that, major drop-off. Sammy Watkins, 2 catches for 20 yards. Kelsey, 1 catch for 6 yards.
And 1 big drop on the last drive.
2nd and 10, Mahomes, flip it to Hill. Can he make a man miss? He cannot with a shake and bake. Desmond King holding his ground. He didn't bite. Loss of 3 on the play. The quarterback comparison, Mahomes, couple of touchdowns, no picks. Rivers, a touchdown and an interception. Remember last year, 6 interceptions against Kansas City in the 2 meetings for Phillip Rivers. 3rd and 13 now for KC. Under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. They lead the Chargers by 12. Mahomes out of the pocket. Mahomes looks downfield. Mahomes connects to the 45. Tyreek Hill with a sliding grab for KC. 34 yards.
Well, the Chargers defensive backs have got to respect his speed. So that time the rookie Derwin James playing way off Tyreek Hill. Hill cut to the sideline. Makes a nice move right there. Then another good adjustment to a ball that comes in a little bit low.
Yeah, we asked him, what's the difference now playing with Mahomes? And he said, hey, I loved Alex Smith, but with Mahomes, just keep running. Because you don't know when the ball's going to come out. Hunt slicing and held short of midfield after he picks up 4 by Damian Square.
But Mahomes has done a good job of buying time, feeling the pressure, but also keeping his eyes down the field and not just taking off running. That time he had room in front of him to pick up big yardage, but not as big as throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill.
All-purpose yards now for Hill, up to 267 on the day. 2nd and 6 for Kansas City, a minute 32 to play in the 3rd. Shotgun. Mahomes gets rid of it quickly. And this time it's Chris Conley working the sideline. Achilles injury last year. Conley was on the verge of what could have been a breakout season for him, but the injury derailed it. 15 yards, and they expect him to be a big part of this offense as well. We asked Travis Kelce about that, keeping your ego in check because there are so many weapons.
He can't keep everybody happy, that's for sure, but winning has a way of making everybody feel good, whether they catch 10 balls or 1.
Kelce said just don't get caught up in the individual numbers, the W's. That's all that matters. Mahomes has the time, delivers perfectly downfield. Anthony Sherman, touchdown! Patrick Mahomes with a rope. And the youngster is putting on a clinic.
Yeah, he read the defense too. Look at 51 is Kyle Emanuel. He's got Sherman in man-to-man coverage, and that's exactly what Mahomes is looking for. Got the ball over the 6'3" Kyle Emanuel, just barely right to the hands of Sherman, and he walks into the end zone.
This offense is high-powered. 3rd touchdown of the day for Patrick Mahomes. Extra point from Butker. And just like that, it's 31-12. The Patrick Mahomes era. It's underway, and it's clicking. 6 plays, 86 yards for the Kansas City Chiefs. Sherman, the 36-yard touchdown reception. That's the longest play of his career. And maybe he better get used to it, because with Mahomes,
everybody's fair game
at all times. Kickoff return. J.J. Jones slowed down, spin move across the 20-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will have it with a flag down. Saturday, the SEC on CBS features the best game from the best conference. 11th ranked LSU takes on number 7 Auburn. Auburn looking to avenge last season's loss after blowing a 20-point lead. The day kicks off with the College Football Today at 3 o'clock Eastern on CBS.
During the return, holding, return team number 51. Penalties half the distance to the goal line for the spot of the foul. First down, Los Angeles.
It's Kyle Emanuel, and that's got Anthony Lynn shaking his head. We thought potential shootout for these two teams, but only one of the teams got the memo. Kansas City, 31 points on the board.
Well, that's what Kansas City does. First game of the year. Just ask the Patriots.
Travis Benjamin is back in for Los Angeles. 42 seconds to go in the 3rd. Rivers to Keenan Allen. Breaks a tackle. Allen brought down out on the perimeter. Made a nice move upfield to turn it into a 20-yard gain. Clock is moving down to 24 seconds to go in the third quarter.
You'll see that the Chiefs playing a lot of zone now. Looks like a 2-deep coverage. Just keep everything in front of them.
Rivers gets rid of it quickly to Keenan Allen once again. And that should do it for the third 4.5-yard gain. Steven Nelson the tackle. And time runs out. End of the third quarter in Carson. The Chiefs with a 31-12 lead. We'll come back. You're watching the NFL on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 53. Los Angeles Chargers in a hole as we start this fourth quarter. Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, Evan Washburn, the rest of our NFL on CBS crew, producer Mark Wolf, director Bob Fishman and company. 31-12 KC. Rivers throws it at the feet of Gordon. It's incomplete. Well, Patrick Mahomes, that shows someone that's mature beyond his 22 years.
Well, talking to Travis Kelce about him, he said, well, last year he was confident, but when you're a backup quarterback, you can't be as vocal. Yep. Obviously, it was Alex, his team, but this year you can see the fun that Mahomes is having right now, but he has been more vocal, and that's a big part of being a leader. You got to perform, number one, and he has today.
I think Andy Reid's going to have some fun calling the plays. It is a blank canvas for them to paint week in and week out. Down the field to Mike Williams. The Chargers needed that. 25 yards on the hookup. Eric Murray, the tackle. We check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, guys, quickly, two things with Mahomes. Speaking of that leadership, after that previous possession, he came and did the thing that leaders do, went to his offensive line, all the other guys. The other thing that's worth mentioning here, Chad Henne's value to Patrick Mahomes has been huge. Not just in this game because of his familiarity with Gus Bradley, but in terms of getting him ready for what he's got to take on as the leader of an organization.
Yeah, great point. Played for Bradley in Jacksonville. Rivers throws it underneath to Virgil Green. And he's dropped at the 35-yard line after the gain of 6. And when we asked Patrick Mahomes about Henne, he said, he showed me some things already, how to study defenses that were new to him. He had a great relationship with Alex Smith. And Mahomes acknowledged that sitting last year, while the competitive side of him wanted to play, he now can look back and say he really benefited from it.
And what a smart move to have him play that last game. A meaningless game, but still his first NFL taste.
Yep. So the Chargers now in Kansas City territory at the 35-yard line. They need a whole bunch of scores. Hook up to Mike Williams. The throw from Rivers, and that's enough for a first down. Covers 7 yards. Reggie Ragland, the linebacker, with the tackle.
Now Williams will continue to be a big part of this offense. His last year was kind of wiped out with a back injury, but at 6'4", 220 pounds, you can see that tough to bring down after the catch.
First down inside the Kansas City 30. Rivers dials it up, down the sideline. Oh, terrific grab by Keenan Allen. And it's ruled incomplete by one official.
I don't know about that. I saw 2 feet come down inbounds. And the official had a lot better look at it than I did.
Did he step
He might have
out?
stepped out of bounds right there. I think you're right, Ian. But watch, that left foot's down, that right foot's down. But he stepped out of bounds before that.
Yeah, the issue was on the route.
Yeah.
It looked like he touched some white along that sideline. Rivers looking for an
The
explanation.
ruling on the field is that the receiver had stepped out of bounds and not reestablished inbounds. Therefore, by rule, is an incomplete pass.
Well, I don't know if he didn't establish back inbounds, though. Okay, he's going to step out. Right about there. But now he comes back in. The call is that he's the first to touch the ball after being out of bounds. Tremendous effort.
So the Chargers are 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Gordon trying to get on the same page with Rivers. Shotgun. Rush is coming. Dump off. Gordon turns it upfield. Gordon stops and forced towards the sideline, just shy of a first down.
But they had the perfect play call, too, for that blitz right up the middle against Rivers. He saw it coming, just kind of faded back and set up the screen to pick up 8 yards.
Each team has 1 sack. That's it. Los Angeles driving, now facing a 3rd and 2. They trail 31-12 with 12:24 to go in the fourth. Last time they beat the Chiefs, December of 2013. Operating out of the gun. Motion man is Allen. Floater caught by Allen. Touchdown Chargers. Phillip Rivers, great feel. Orlando Scandrick beat on the play.
The quickness, unbelievable by Allen. Just 2 steps to the outside. Scandrick caught flat-footed, and a beautiful toss by Rivers. Now the Chargers chasing that extra point they didn't get in the first half.
Well, look, if you're trying to climb back into this game, you do the math. You need 8 and 8 and 3. They just got 6.
That would be 19.
Very good.
Thank you.
You get a gold star for a happy face.
I didn't know there'd be math today.
Yeah, should have informed you in the production meeting.
There's Gates right here.
Where? Up top, Antonio Gates. And that's the 8 for Los Angeles. It is Rivers to Gates. Where have you heard that before? For 2.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So the Chargers go 9 plays, 91 yards, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Allen, the 20-yard touchdown reception. And the kickoff by Sturgis. Anthony Thomas, 2 yards deep in the end zone, takes it out. And Thomas is dropped as he crossed the 20-yard line. Well, the Los Angeles Chargers are partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Los Angeles to help enhance athletic fields, establish teen centers, and provide educational programming. The Chargers' involvement ensures that youth in some under-resourced neighborhoods will have places to go that are safe, fun, and educational. The Chargers getting involved here in the community. Kansas City with the football. 31-20 lead for KC. Motion man is Sammy Watkins. He's been held to 2 catches for 20 yards. On the ground, Hunt. And tripped up after the gain of 4. NFL Today update. Let's head to New York. JB and Boomer.
Boomer, your former colleague, extended his career.
That's right. It's Brandon Marshall right here. 20 yards from Russell Wilson. Makes a nice play to get up into the end zone. Nice catch. This game's heating up just like yours is, Ian. 21-21, Seattle and Denver.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Brandon Marshall, new uniform, but still producing after all these years. Seahawks missed the playoffs last time for the first season since 2011, trying to get back there. Down goes Hunt. Hunt tried to keep his feet upright in his body, but Isaac Rochelle with the hit. So 3rd and 6 now for Kansas City.
This is where Mahomes has got to be real careful. The Chargers, after that touchdown, have got some momentum. And after the first 2 plays from scrimmage, this is dangerous time for the rookie quarterback or the second-year quarterback.
Tyreek Hill by himself on the outside. Mahomes on the move. Throws out of bounds. Not taking any chances downfield. Mahomes was being chased by Derwin James. and Desmond King. So Gus Bradley gave the youngsters something to think about on 3rd down, and now Kansas City will punt.
And Derwin James coming up with a couple of good blitzes this afternoon. Got a sack on Mahomes, and that time forced him to throw that ball away. Remember the play he made in the end zone, knocking a pass away. The rookie is paying dividends.
Long snapper is James Winchester. Dustin Colquitt to kick it. J.J. Jones waiting for it at the 25. Backpedals. Mishandles it. Jones trying to recover. Oh, he loses the football! Kansas City gets down the field and recovers it. Jones was given a reprieve after the first bobble. Winchester makes the play for KC.
Yeah, right here is the bobble there. Ball knocked out by DeAnthony Thomas. Perfect play by Thomas as he put his hand. Watch Thomas's right hand go right to the ball and strip it. And the Chiefs can now salt this one away.
Patrick Mahomes, giddy. DeAnthony Thomas makes the play on special teams. Phillip Rivers thought he was getting the football back, down by 11 with plenty of time on the clock, 10:22. Instead, Kansas City has it right on the doorstep of the end zone.
Tremendous punt by Colquitt. And that ball, 61 yards, may have gone into the end zone. But Jones, the rookie out of West Georgia, trying to make a play, cost his team.
1st and goal at the 2. Mahomes trying to do it himself. An awkward roll and a flag down.
I think they're going to get Sammy Watkins for a block in the back here.
Jaleel Adai helped save the touchdown.
And Mahomes deciding whether to go for the end zone or to protect himself. It's really not going to matter at this point. But a couple of times now we've seen him cover up and not get the necessary yardage.
Mahomes is 13 of 23, 254 yards and 3 touchdowns for KC.
There is no foul for blocking the back of the play. The play stands, it's 2nd down and goal from that spot.
So they'll move the ball to the 1.
Well, let's take a look at it. That kind of looks like a block in the back to me.
And that is a 10-yard penalty.
Absolutely.
So instead, Kansas City is facing a 2nd and goal just inside the 1. If the Chargers can hold up here, a field goal, it's still a 2-possession game. Fake it. Mahomes stops. Mahomes throws on a bounce. Denzel Perriman was holding on for dear life as Hunt was trying to break free in the end zone.
And Perriman, who was injured in the first half, made a huge play there that time. But I'm not sure why the Chiefs aren't just pounding Kareem Hunt straight up the middle behind his fullback Anthony Sherman. They had Travis Kelce on the previous play in the backfield and a kind of a full house T. 2 big blockers for Kareem Hunt.
Hunt had 8 rushing touchdowns last season in his rookie year. Hunt shifts to the backfield. Play clock is down to 2. Mahomes. Flip it. Tyreek Hill waltzes in for the touchdown. Into the bag of tricks. And a backward flip for the flexible Hill.
He nailed that too, didn't he?
The dismount.
He's got his score on his jersey. Perfect 10. The same play they scored on earlier to DeAnthony Thomas. And when DeAnthony Thomas ran it in, remember that's when Tyreek Hill chased down the Charger who thought he recovered a fumble, so he had to go out of the game to catch his breath. DeAnthony Thomas came in, scored on the exact same play.
So that's 4 touchdown passes now for Mahomes. And the extra point from Butker. Kansas City takes advantage of a huge special teams gap by Los Angeles. Tyreek Hill, second receiving touchdown of the day. He's flipping out. Let's give you the numbers now on Tyreek Hill. 7 catches, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had the 91-yard punt return for a touchdown to open up the scoring for Kansas City. So it's 268 all-purpose yards for Hill. Booming kick through the back of the end zone. Mondays this fall, his name is a legend, but his adventures are just beginning. Don't miss the new Magnum PI. It premieres Monday, September 24th on CBS.
Book him, Dano.
Well, they're going to be looking at the special teams book, and it's not going to be pretty for George Stewart, who's also the assistant head coach. The Chargers allowed the punt return and then the fumble deep in their own territory by Jones when the team was down by 11. 8 straight wins in the series for the Chiefs over the Chargers. Flag down. This play never gets going.
False start. Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's Sam Tevy who stepped in for the injured Joe Barksdale in the first half. Another injury update from Evan Washburn.
Well, guys, with this score, it might not matter, but the play total is having an effect on Kansas City. Ron Parker had to go into the locker room for an IV. He did just come back out on the field, but he's currently on the sideline.
All right, thanks, Evan. Los Angeles now facing a 1st and 15. Rivers out of the gun. His team down by 18. Rivers gets out of trouble, slides, not going to take any chances. And there's a late flag. It was thrown behind Phillip Rivers.
Holding. Offense, number 53. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And that's Mike Pouncey. Signed that 2-year, $15 million deal. Asking him to be the anchor of this offensive line.
Yeah, he's so talented, and he plays with such a aggressive nature. But I think it's his leadership along that line, communication, all those good things, and in the locker room where he's been so valuable. And his relationship with Phillip Rivers, they hit it off right away.
Anthony Lynn said he brings that alpha dog mentality. He's the first one in every day, works his tail off. Melvin Gordon creating something out of nothing. Chris Jones, first man to greet him, and a 6-yard pickup. Coming up after the game, time permitting, the State Farm postgame show. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher, the latest NFL scores and highlights, all coming up on the State Farm postgame show. 2nd and 19. Rivers 262 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Dials it up. Hauled in by Williams. Mike Williams the grab, good enough for a first down against Eric Murray. 23 yards on the pass and catch.
Yeah, you can just see how soft the Chiefs are playing in the secondary. They're lining up between 12 and 15 yards deep and not allowing anything to get over their heads.
Rivers said Williams is more in the Vincent Jackson, Malcolm Floyd model of wide receivers. There's Antonio Gates, the 8-time Pro Bowler. That's good for 9.
The thing about Williams is that over those 2 guys, Floyd and Vincent Jackson, he's got a little bit more lead in his pencil. He's a big guy and should be very valuable when the Chargers get to the red zone.
Rivers to Gates again, back-to-back to the future Hall of Famer. Down at the 45-yard line, brought down by Anthony Hitchens. And we're down to 7.5 remaining. That one covers 7 yards. Gates, the most touchdowns by a tight end in NFL history. 6th all-time among all receivers. Rivers goes over 300 yards with that completion to Gates. Running play. Eckler bursting through. Eckler tough to bring down. He packs a punch. And Ron Parker there defensively. It's a 10-yard pickup.
Yeah, you can just see the the difference in the styles of Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. Eckler, shorter back, tough to see sometimes as he slices through the line of scrimmage.
So another first down for LA to the Kansas City 35. Fake it. Rivers. Dropped by Gordon. Little bit offline on the throw, but certainly a catchable ball. Terrence Smith was ready for him. 2nd and 10 for LA. We're down to 6:32 remaining in the fourth. Once again, Rivers operating out of the gun. He's got Gordon in the backfield. A 4-receiver set for Los Angeles. Rivers, quick hitter in stride, Keenan Allen. 8-yard pickup. 3rd and short for LA.
It's so much fun to watch Rivers and Allen working together. That ball was out of Rivers' hands so quickly that the defense had no chance to react.
Yet another 300-plus yard passing day for Phillip Rivers in his 15th year in the NFL. Rivers has the time, but cannot find Gordon. So it's 4th down for Los Angeles.
You see who was guarding Gordon out of the backfield was Justin Houston. First time we've called his name today. One of the great sackers in the NFL. That time called upon to do a little pass defense.
So 4th down for Los Angeles. Under 6 minutes to play. Rivers sends Benjamin in motion. It's a 4th and 2 for the Chargers. Benjamin was trying to get Rivers' attention. Rivers hits his man. Keenan Allen turns it upfield with a stiff arm, and he's angled out of bounds inside the 5.
Again, the quickness of Keenan Allen as he broke to the inside and almost broke the ankles of Kendall Fuller with that move back to the outside.
Well, the clock is rolling. We're down to 5:28 to play. Chargers huddle up with a 1st and goal at the 4 of Kansas City.
They're really taking a lot of time, aren't they?
Chargers have all 3 timeouts remaining. Allen, he's gassed and on the sideline getting some liquid. 1st and goal. Rivers buying time. Rivers to the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Tyrell Williams on the receiving end for LA.
That's a great job by Tyrell Williams, just staying alive in the end zone and then going to the back of the end zone. Defensive backs don't like to go back there because they don't want a ball caught in front of them. But there he goes, right to the back of the end zone, beating Orlando Scandrick.
Dan, you ready to do the math again?
It was. Is there division in this one, or is it all adding?
It's all adding.
Okay, 8, 8, and 3.
No, they just needed 7, 8, and 3.
Oh, okay.
The 7 would have come with the extra point here, but they're electing to get the 8.
Chasing that 1, aren't they?
They are. Toss it. Gordon bouncing it and works his way in for the 2-point conversion. So that time they get it, and now they're looking at a 7 and a 3 to try to work their way back into it here at home against Kansas City. Chiefs protecting a 10-point lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Universal Pictures Night School, in theaters September 28th. Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you. And by Sonic. This is how you Sonic.
Chargers have cut it to 10 with 5:01 to go here in the 4th. Short kick Anthony Thomas hemmed in and tossed down just short of the 25-yard line. So Chargers have 3 timeouts left. Kansas City has the 10-point lead, and they've got Patrick Mahomes becoming the 3rd Kansas City quarterback with 4 passing touchdowns in a season opener. Hall of Famer Len Dawson did it in '63. Alex Smith did it for the Chiefs a year ago against New England. Chargers have to get a 3 and out if they're going to have any chance, trailing by 10. Shotgun, Mahomes. They'll run it to Hunt. Now the Chargers form a wall. Darius Philon combining with Denzel Perriman. Coming up after the game, time permitting, State Farm postgame show. JB and the gang back in New York. The latest NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the State Farm postgame show.
Now they got the first part of that 3 and out with that loss of a yard. Mahomes will milk this clock all the way down, staying in the huddle as long as possible and reminding his players, ball handlers, to hang on to the ball and don't go out of bounds.
The question is, do they throw it here? They will. On a short pass to Sammy Watkins, and it gains a yard. That's it.
Yeah, that ball made it impossible for Watkins to do anything but just fall forward. Poorly thrown by Mahomes. Now the question is, do you risk a pass here? And incomplete obviously stops the clock, and the Chargers can save their 3 timeouts.
We're down to 3:38 to play here in the 4th. 38-28 Kansas City. Hill operating out of the slot. Mahomes out of the pocket. Mahomes hooks a pass to the sideline. He throws it away, and the clock stops with 3:18 to go. So you're talking about the difference of 40 seconds or forcing Los Angeles to use a timeout.
And that time he came off of Travis Kelce. Kelce had man-to-man coverage on the short side of the field, and he had his man beat. But Mahomes came off of him too quickly and was forced out of the pocket, where he had to throw it away and stop that clock.
Give credit to Desmond King putting pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Now it's Travis Benjamin back there after the mistake by J.J. Jones. So the veteran is standing at the 26. Colquitt, left-footed punter, high kick, backpedaling, 21, circling Benjamin. And Benjamin is dropped at the 14-yard line. Great coverage down the field by Marcus Kemp. Coming back to Cali after this for the final 3:05 in the season opener. Phillip Rivers, 336 yards, 3 touchdowns. Second Charger quarterback with 300-plus passing yards and 3 or more touchdowns in a Week 1 game. The other one, oh, the graphic went away. I'm so sorry. 38-28 Kansas City. The other one, Dan Fouts.
The delete button's killing me.
Rivers airing it out, turning around, and dropped. Almost intercepted by Parker as Travis Benjamin spun around like a top, trying to field it.
Trying to locate it. Great effort by Parker. Now when he comes to the ground, he doesn't maintain possession. In fact, it looked like the ball was coming out before he hit the ground.
2nd and 10, 2:57 to play. Rivers, short pass underneath. Melvin Gordon will try to do the rest. Bouncing off a tackle. The curl to the 30-yard line. First down, 15 yards for LA. We're down to 2:44 and ticking. Tackle made by Anthony Hitchens of Kansas City. Chargers have all 3 timeouts. They trail by 10.
And look who's in the game, Antonio Gates.
Another short pass. Gordon splits defenders and accelerates for a first down.
That's so smart of Gordon. 2 tacklers coming at him. You go right between them, and it lessens the blow, and it picks you up extra yards.
13 yards, catch and run, but the time trickling away down to 2:05 left. They'll get a play in before the 2-minute warning. Rivers pump and throw. Underneath, Eckler. Austin Eckler, he splits defenders and is in Kansas City territory. Tackled by Hitchens, 17 yards for the Chargers. We have 1:57 to play in a 10-point game.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Now go mix and match family unlimited plans. And by FedEx. Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
.157 on the clock. Kansas City 38. The Chargers 28. LA with the football at the Chiefs' 40-yard line and all 3 timeouts remaining. Shotgun for Rivers. Rivers hurls it downfield. It's caught by Mike Williams. First down and out of bounds with 1:51 left. That covers 12 yards.
Yeah, and it stops the clock, which is the most important thing to save those 3 timeouts. Really a good route by Williams. Sharp cut to the outside in front of Nelson. Chargers might think about kicking that field goal as soon as possible.
Yeah, philosophically, you still need the 2 scores. You need the touchdown and you need the field goal. The question is when you go for it.
Yeah, and a field goal continues the pressure on the Chiefs offensively.
Down to 1:50 left. Rivers steps up in the pocket. He's looking for the touchdown. Through the hands of Benjamin. Incomplete.
Wow, what a throw. What a perfect throw. Good vision, fire right down the middle, and right through the hands of Benjamin. Again.
The coverage from the safety Ron Parker. 2nd and 10. 1:45 left.
Incomplete stops the clock, obviously.
Line of scrimmage is the 28 of Kansas City. Rivers steps up, dials it up, broken up. Keenan Allen with a sea of red around him. Chris Jones put a hit on Phillip Rivers at the end of that throw.
It just got him right in the back, but it didn't seem to affect the pass at all. Jones at 6'6" with real long arms, rangy defender. Good pressure that time. Taking a knee to catch his breath.
1:40 to play. Play clock is down to 3. Rivers uncorks a short pass and it does nothing. It keeps the clock rolling. Anthony Hitchens with the hit. We're down to 90 seconds to play. And costly on time right now. Obviously, they're looking for the field goal and the onside kick. Sturgis on to attempt a 48-yarder. Trying to keep the pressure on Kansas City from 48 yards away. Sturgis. It is no good. The kicking woes from 2017 carrying over here in the season opener 2018.
Good snap, good hold, and he just pulled it a little bit. Deja vu for the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Now Mahomes celebrating the miss. It's still a 2-score differential with 1:06 left. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and the impact Allie Raceman's sexual abuse story had on USA Gymnastics, followed by a new Big Brother, plus Hawaii 5-0 and NCIS Los Angeles. That's tonight, only CBS. Give it to Kareem Hunt, wrestling for extra yards. and whistled down after a gain of 4.
You know, a lot of times when they bring out the field goal team in a hurry like that, it really messes with the timing in the head of the kicker more than anything. Everybody was set. It was a good snap and a good hold, but you could just tell that Sturgis was just a little bit off, hurried the kick, and pulled it left.
The Chiefs are about to tack on one more on the head-to-head series in favor of Kansas City. In addition, they'll be 17-2 in their last 19 games within the AFC West. What an incredible run.
That is phenomenal.
Sherman in front of Hunt. And Hunt struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage. He is dropped. 53 seconds left. Kyle Emanuel, first man there. And Los Angeles has called its second timeout. So look, a Sturgis field goal there at least extends the game and gives the Chargers a chance on an onside kick and forces Kansas City to make a play.
Well, the onside kick is going to be very difficult because of the way they changed the rules for the covering team. They cannot get a running start anymore, so they don't have any momentum. They can only leave from the line that the kicker's kicking from when the ball is kicked. So it makes it very difficult.
Now 3rd and 8. Mahomes has thrown 4 touchdowns to open up the 2018 season. Hunt gets drilled in the backfield by Emanuel. And final timeout for the Chargers with 50 seconds to play. Andy Reid, now in his 6th year as the head coach of the Chiefs. 4-1 in week 1 under Reid, about to go 5-1. The lone loss came to Tennessee back in 2014 to start that season.
And his influence around the league now, with all the coaches that have worked for him now becoming head coaches in the NFL.
Amazing.
It's amazing. And the offenses that they're running, trying to emulate the original, well, makes the game that much more exciting.
One of those offenses won the Super Bowl last year.
That's right, Doug Peterson.
Peterson was with the Kansas City Chiefs as the offensive coordinator before becoming the head coach of the Eagles. Reid, his mentor. Colquitt punting. Benjamin bounces in the air, and he'll just back off.
That's a mistake, too, letting all that time run off the clock. I know it's a moot point, but you got to make that catch with a fair catch to stop the clock.
Well, last year was a nightmare. The Chargers opened up 0-4, and they could never quite climb out of it. But this has been a recurring theme for this franchise. 2015, they were 2-8. The next year, they started 1-4. Last year, 0-4. They won 6 of their last 7 games, 9 of 12 if you extend it out. But it wasn't enough to make the playoffs. And they missed it by a game. Behind Kansas City, finished 9-7. Chiefs were 10-6. They owned all the tiebreakers. 36 seconds left. Rivers throwing a rainbow, knocked around and incomplete. Mike Williams. Now that's something that Rivers and Williams have worked on because he's such a big target. Williams has told Phillip, look, just put it up there. And I'm going to grab most of those 50-50 balls. That was double coverage there.
Yeah, that was more like 25-75.
Yep.
But, you know, that's what Mike Williams did in the championship game for Clemson. And Deshaun Watson, he told him on that winning drive, let me make a play for you, buddy. And he did, and they won it.
31 seconds left. Chiefs lead by 10. Rivers throws it over the middle. No timeouts left for the Chargers. And Williams is dropped just short of the 35. Down to 20 seconds left. Chargers in no rush here. Rivers has gone over 400 yards for the 10th time in his career. 8 seconds left. Rivers slings it on a bounce. Incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. 36-year-old Phillip Rivers. And you wonder just how long that window of opportunity is for Rivers and this organization. He still has some juice. There's no doubt about it. Look at the numbers. Look at the leadership. And they believe they've got the perfect set of weapons around him. Will it translate into wins consistently for LA?
Yeah, they ran into a young man by name Tyreek Hill today.
Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Gets to pad the numbers to Austin Eckler, and that will do it. The Chiefs continue their domination of the Chargers. 9 straight victories for Kansas City in the series. Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. Some serious chemistry for those two. Final score in Carson, 38-28. Kansas City wins the season opener. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes, followed by a new Big Brother, Hawaii 5-0, and NCIS Los Angeles. For Dan Fouts, Evan Washburn, Ian Eagle saying so long from Southern Cal. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.